Hello everyone, today I'm going to be checking out some gnomes for the multi-award winning Moonstone by Goblin King Games as I open up the Brothers in Arms. Alright, another pack of gnomes for the Commonwealth, the Brothers in Arms. This box contains young Jack, Gradock and Morris. And inside the box itself we get foam, a set of bases, and in between the foam we have our resin miniatures and our cards. So miniature wise, as usual from Goblin King Games, they are resin and no build instructions with them, but they don't particularly need build instructions. They are genuinely fairly easy to work out what goes where. So Morris here, who's a miner, is standing on the mattock, the head of his pick. Other part in the hand there, big head with a little light on the top. Nice figure. Gradock, older fellow, big pipe in one hand, even packed with tobacco or whatever else he's smoking, but more or less a one-piece miniature. Everything else is on there bar that hand. And then we have young Jack running around wearing a wolf pelt. Bit of flash on Jack, but a relatively straightforward build. So you just need a bit of a clean up, which they'll get when they go into the soapy water bath. So I'll do that and come back with them built and we'll take a look in a bit more detail. All right, our Brothers in Arms are ready to go. Young Jack was a very simple build, just that shield arm going on there to make him look a little less flat as he runs forward. Massive pelt on him. Lovely grin on his face as he gets into combat. So, nicely detailed piece of resin. Very simple build. Character-wise, melee of 4 with a 1-inch range, so short but slightly above average. Arcane of 2 and no evade. Meh. Ancestral Sword. If they deal slicing damage, increase it by +2, and if they deal piercing, increase it by +1. No reduction for impact, so that's good. Ancestral Shield. Reduce all damage suffered by 1. Good again, so get him in there, do the job. Lucky. For 1 energy, once per turn, look at the top 5 cards of the Arcane deck and put them in any order, top or bottom. So you can stack the deck really well, which means he's either going to go first in your turn, if you're in a position to do things, or he's going to go last to nobble your opponent before they get a chance to look near it. Magic Brew. Once per turn, on a blue, he restores X wounds, and on pink, he regains X energy. And on a catastrophe, he suffers 3 wounds. He comes with 3 energy, all stacked low, which is nice, so fully combat effective even after 4 wounds taken. And he can upgrade his low guard to Shield Bash, which allows him to deal impact damage. And in the end step, move this model 1 inch directly towards the enemy. Then if in base contact, move the enemy 1 inch directly away, so he can manhandle or gnome handle people into position, which is cute. Next up, the Old Man of the Hills, Gradock. Again, another 2-piece model, just puffing on his pipe. So no real build here of which to speak, just a very clean resin gnome, looking very old and bitter. Fed up with life, part of the gnome militia. Again, a melee of 4 with a 1 inch range, so better than average but short. Arcane, not much of which to speak. However, he has got a ton of abilities. Quilted armor, so reduce slicing damage by 1. Tough as old boots, at the start of the replenishment step, he recovers 2 wounds, which is fantastic. Smell a lie. Enemy models targeting this model or a model within 2 inches must reveal the arcane card as it is played. No bluffing. Sage advice. Friendly models within 4 inches may ignore catastrophe effects. So, I mean, those 2 abilities by themselves are worth bringing him for. He's just so reliable. For 1 energy, he has Forgetfulness, 8-inch range, remove 1 arcane or active ability from a target character until the end of the turn, which is great. And Snare Traps for 2 energy, 14-inch range, which is a big range. And this attack is not modified by the evade stat or cover, which means he's great for fairy hunting. On a green, the target suffers X piercing damage, and the target suffers 2 wounds on a catastrophe. He only has 2 energy, so with great age comes lack of movement, but hey-ho, he has a ton of health, and the old slip step as part of his upgrade for High Guard deals moderate amount of impact damage in that he does some, and then in the end step he can move 1 inch away. You know, not going to set the world on fire, but reliable. He is a reliable old fellow, and well worth picking up. The final member of the gang is Morris the Miner on his Matic. Again, easy build, just head on and arms on. Do heat up your arms either with a warm water or a hairdryer on a low setting. It makes them rubbery and allows you to get them onto the body in case you're worrying about breaking them. There is flex in resin. If it's particularly cold, it may be a bit more brittle than normal, but otherwise fairly easy to build. And a grumpy looking fellow. He has a melee of 3 and a range of 1 inch, but also an arcane of 3, so average across the board. With his pick, if he deals slicing damage, reduce the damage to 0. If he deals impact, increase it by 2. So that's sensational. He is a miner, so when he makes a harvest action, he gains possession of the Moonstone regardless of the depth value and ignores the slow carry rule while in possession of 1 Moonstone. So he's great. Pick up a Moonstone early doors and not have to worry about being restricted in your movement. I'll have that all day long. Just go out and find the 4 Moonstone and not worry about having to spend 3 turns digging it up. Tough as old boots, the same as Gradock. He restores 2 wounds. He has a shove once per turn, 1 inch range, move a target 2 inches directly away. And sinkhole for 2 energy, 8 inch range. On a pink, the target suffers X wounds and gains slow until the end of the turn, which is very good as well. Again, a boatload of health for Gnome, but only 2 energy right at the bitter end. He upgrades his falling swing to pick a fight. I see what they've done there. How do you confuse a goblin? Put 3 shovels in the corner and tell him to take his pick. The damage dealt is impact, so it will gain the benefit of his Matic. 2s across the board, 0 on the High Guard if the opponent's going that way, and damage from this attack cannot be reduced by passive abilities. Oh, ramshackle armor and full-plated people, say goodbye, say goodbye. So there we go. Young Jack, Morris, and Gradock. A trio of terrific gnome militia types, and well worth having a look at. So there we go, an incredibly useful box for gnomes. A lot of utility in there. Gradock especially allowing people to ignore catastrophe results. Young Jack allowing you to stack the deck before you're using it. I mean, they're just a fantastic trio, and once again, the sculpts are absolutely stunning as always from Goblin King. So let me know what you think below, whether or not you're diving into the gnomes for the Commonwealth, or if you fancy throwing something up against them to maybe take them out. How would you go about doing that? Until next time, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.